work behind the scenes to ensure that Latino Youth High School continues to fulfill that mission and to empower the children, the youth of our communities in Chicago through education. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to the CEO of Health and Wellness Center, Dr. Francisco Cisneros, who in time of the school's greatest need ensured its survival and eventually moved to our home at 2001 South California. Next, I'd like to thank Jack West and his team at the Alternative School Network, whose programs and support have helped hundreds of our Latino youth students throughout the years. And of course, a special thanks to Sheila Benson and the Youth Connection Charter School who have shown that the children of Chicago that need that second chance and also a better chance. Finally, I want to thank Juan Salgado and the Board of Trustees at the City Colleges of Chicago who worked together to allow us to hold our graduation ceremony in this space here today. So please take a minute to give them all a round of applause for making today happen. And I'll keep it real, Mr. Holbrook probably had a better and funnier speech for us today, so I won't try to top his off, but there's just a couple things that I know you would want to be said here today. And that is that today we have 52 young people here with us today who are ready to take that next step in their lives, and that is our class of 2025. And we're all here to honor that achievement for them. See, our goal at Latino Youth High School is to ensure that all of the students that walk through our doors walk out with a diploma. So today we're making that happen for 52 students. The auditorium should have had some seats filled with students whose faces we expected to see. When we started the school year, we hoped that a lot of students made it here today. And I don't say that to minimize the students, but to emphasize that the 52 students here, this is your accomplishment. Make no mistake, this is something that wasn't given to you. You worked for this, you earned it. For some students, you struggled for this, but you're here today, so that is what matters. I want you all to feel that pride in this accomplishment, and let it just be a foundation for your future achievement and success. Mr. Holbrook, a lo mejor tenía un discurso un poco más divertido, preparado para hoy, pero así que no los voy a aburrir con tratar de superar algo porque no va a pasar. Lo que sí diré es que hoy estamos aquí para celebrar a 52 de nuestros estudiantes que están listos para tomar el siguiente pasos en su vida. Estamos aquí para honrar ese logro, que no nada más es logro de ellos, es logro de las familias y de las personas aquí que los apoyaron durante este proceso. Y es un logro grande. Algunos, cuando comenzamos el año escolar, nuestra meta era de graduar a toda la clase y a todos los jóvenes. Y no lo digo para hacer de menos a unos estudiantes, nada más para que los 52 estudiantes están aquí hoy. El Latino Youth, nuestra meta, como les digo, es que todos los estudiantes que pasan por nuestras puertas, que se gradúen. En este auditorio me faltan algunos estudiantes, pero sabemos que lo van a lograr. No quiero que se equivoquen los estudiantes. Esto no es algo que les dimos. Ellos trabajaron para obtener su diploma y aquí estamos nosotros para celebrar hoy con ellos. Algunos lucharon, tenemos algunos padres, estudiantes que no nada más venían a la escuela, pero tenían que cuidar a sus hijos. Entonces, para todos los que están aquí es un honor tenerlos y graduarlos. And now, like I said, I'm not going to bore you guys with a speech, but I would like to introduce first and foremost our salutatorian, Fatima.
Mis hermanos, este logro no solo nos pertenece a quienes nos graduamos ahora mismo, sino a nuestras familias que están presentes, a las que nos acompañan a la distancia y a las que desde el cielo nunca nos dejan. Gracias por todo su sacrificio, su amor, su apoyo incondicional. Si nos ven volar, recuerden, ustedes nos dieron las alas. Se acerca una nueva etapa, resistan, sean fuertes. Soy Fátima Saucedo Beltrán, una estudiante inmigrante orgullosamente mexicana. Para mí es un honor tomar la palabra en nombre de todos mis compañeros graduados en esta tarde tan especial, una tarde que marca el fin de una importante etapa en sus vidas. Queremos que el día de hoy sea inolvidable y por eso decidimos que ustedes aquí presentes hagan parte de ello. Sabemos que hoy es un día lleno de emociones encontradas. Por un lado, estamos aquí para celebrar los logros, el esfuerzo y la dedicación que ha llevado hasta este momento. Por otro lado, enfrentamos el hecho de que este capítulo de nuestras vidas está llegando a su fin. Pero en lugar de enfocarnos en las despedidas, prefiero verlo como el inicio de un nuevo viaje. Durante estos últimos meses hemos experimentado juntos el cambio, el proceso, crecimiento personal y académico. Hemos enfrentado desafíos, superado obstáculos y sobre todo hemos aprendido lecciones valiosas que llevaremos toda la vida. La verdad, no les mentiré, ha sido un año lleno de montañas rusas emocionales, donde me preguntaba en varias ocasiones qué hace aquí y si esto realmente vale la pena. Ahora verme aquí junto a todos ustedes, orgullosos de decir, hemos superado high school. Ha costado desveladas, lágrimas, enojos, alegrías, pero al final hemos ganado. En este momento crucial de transición, quiero recordarles a todos que el éxito no solo se mide por logros académicos, sino también por la capacidad de enfrentar los desafíos con valentía y perseverancia. Quiero agradecer en este momento a los profesores por haber hecho esto posible, por sus enseñanzas, su paciencia sin límite, por darnos todo, por animarnos cuando dábamos todo por perdido. Gracias a Miss Escalante por enseñarnos álgebra de la manera más divertida. Sabemos que sin usted nadie hubiera aprobado matemáticas. Miss Tarab por todo su apoyo y cariño que nos dio. Mr. Adams por compartir su gran conocimiento. Miss McGowan por habernos hecho expertos en arte. Miss Navarro por mandarnos a nuestra clase y hacer que siempre nos pusiéramos el uniforme. Carlos, Dani, gracias por toda la ayuda que nos dieron y los divertidos field trips a los que nos llevaron. Alfonso, gracias por impulsarnos a dar lo mejor de uno mismo. Mr. Hubbard y Miss Martínez, gracias por su liderazgo. Nunca olvidaremos lo que fue nuestro segundo hogar, Latino y High School. Algunos se van, otros vuelven, pero lo que está claro es que la familia Latino siempre está en nuestros corazones. Compañeros, amigos, les invito a que nunca dejen de aprender, a que persigan sus sueños. Jamás permitan que te digan que no puedes hacer algo. Si tienes un sueño, tienes que perseguirlo. La vida son momentos, los cuales hay que aprovechar al máximo. Disfruta el hoy, cree en ti, valora las personas que tienes al lado. No te conformes en vivir a medias. Todo lo que deseas ya es posible. Solo tienes que decidir ir por ello. No te limites, no te escondas, ve y hazlo. También quiero agradecer la oportunidad que hemos tenido de estar aquí hoy como hijos, hijas de padres latinos, como jóvenes latinos en este país. Sabemos que nada ha sido fácil, pero cada paso que damos ha sido con esfuerzo y orgullo y con el deseo de abrir más puertas. Nacimos de sueños que cruzaron fronteras y con orgullo nuestros padres lucharon, dejaron su tierra, su idioma, su hogar para darnos una mejor vida. Estoy agradecida de estar hoy en este país y por cada bendición, porque no importa dónde vaya, siempre llevaré mi orgullo latino. Detrás de cada logro hay una historia escrita, con amor, sacrificio y esperanza. No temas. Muchas felicidades, generación 2024-2025.
At this moment, I want to introduce our valedictorian, Angela
opportunity. My appreciation knows no bounds. Now, I'm sure that all of you are asking the same thing as I am. What now? What are my next steps? What does my future look like? I'm sure the majority of you have some sort of idea of what you're going to tackle once you have your diplomas. But there is always some sort of uncertainty in each and every one of your decisions. Doubt is a weight that all of us carry with us in our lives, no matter how stable we find it to be. The challenge in life is how far you'll carry it. Clearly, you all haven't let doubt slow you down. Every soon-to-be graduate in these seats had the strength to keep pushing forward, no matter how difficult it got, no matter how heavy doubt weighed in on your heart. We didn't let fear hold us down, so don't let it start now. The question isn't what now, it's how. How? How are you going to build your future, to take those first steps? All it takes is a leap of faith, to believe in what your body, mind, and soul tells you to go for. If you want to go to college, do it. Trade school? Even a 9 to 5, do it. Don't let yourself hold you back. Don't overthink it. Be cautious, but not careless. Open your arms to the possibilities of stepping foot in those doors. All of us have this choice. Please don't take it for granted. Our school has blessed us all with the chance to steer the wheels down a bumpy road of our lives for once, offering us free community college to explore our options, give or take. What more could you lose? I understand that loss is always on the table. Even with all the opportunities in the world, life has our fate laid out for us and we don't have the eyes to see it. Yet, despite that, you're here. You worked a tiring, time-consuming job and studied, and you're here. You had a child, balancing both a new addition to the family and coming to classes as much as you could, and you're here. There has been so much loss, so much pain and fear to incite doubt in all of us. All of you are more than enough proof that no matter what life throws at us, we'll stand tall amidst the fallen as smoke clears. We've struggled, tripped, and have fallen, but we've gotten up, sewing up the rough patches. As you were cut, you bled, but the scars only serve now as reminders of what made you stronger. The future stands with us, and I'm more than satisfied with how our future is looking. Such pain is temporary. You can look at your peers and smile proudly. You've earned that right. You've won the fight, but the war is just beginning. Don't cower in fear of the unpredictability of what's yet to come. Face it with a heart armored with the determination to persevere. Now, I am well aware that this is easier said than done, but I strongly believe that I serve as an example of figuring out how to prioritize the how over what. I love to spend my time fantasizing about what to do with my life. You can always spend your days questioning yourself about what to do next. There are no limits to the routes you can take. That's why it's dangerous to let the what-ifs lead your life for too long. You'll get stuck in an endless cycle of experimentation and end up starting from square one over and over. Eventually, it gets tiring. I wanted to know what I wanted to do and how to do it. Daydreaming about other outcomes wasn't getting me anywhere. Then, one day, it clicked for me. I was watching my neighbor drawing on her digital drawing tablet for the first time, and I was fascinated. I always had a knack for art, but the nail in the coffin was her allowing me to try it for the first time. Her work inspired the younger, impressionable me to take art seriously. It wasn't easy. I spent hours trying to learn, and even now I want to do more with my skills. It's my passion. It's what I believe to be what I was born to do, to create, to make things that make others smile. And even though my journey with you all wasn't long, seeing your smiles and hearing your praise continue to solidify the idea of going for it. Hearing how well I was doing academically made me want to go harder, to study and learn more, not only for myself, but for those around me. I wanted my teachers to know that I take my life seriously, that I wasn't going to let nothing stop me from reaching my goals. I worked hard to make it where I am, standing right here and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I'm proud of me, all the versions of me that it took to become who I am now. I'm proud of the person I am becoming, and I am proud to know that I didn't give up on myself. That is strength. It takes a lot of courage to do what I've done, and I am so honored to be me. And that was so hard to do. Self-love is no joke, so don't take yourself for granted. You can take it from me. I struggled a lot with the concept of self-love, especially when I first ended up here at Latino Youth. I felt like a failure having to resort to alternatives because I had no control over my life at the time. Graduating at 21 wasn't in the cards I had in the past, given that I was supposed to be in my second year of college by now. It was frustrating that I still had to go to school, even though I worked hard to prevent it. But that is life for you. You'll never know where you end up in a couple of days. And honestly, I'm glad that I didn't have that foresight to predict how much of an experience going to the school would be. I was recommended to this school by Benito Juarez, the high school my older brother graduated from, that he told me I should attend. I was moving back to Chicago from another state, and I had been gone for almost 3 years. Because of that, and my previous school completely failing me due to me no longer being there, Benito Juarez told me that I was missing a lot to graduate in Illinois, and that I would have to go there for 2 years. I explained my situation, that it was an emergency to come back here and that the requirements for graduation were different in the state I moved to temporarily. Then, I was told that there was a possibility of me graduating on time. One of the staff members printed out a sheet of alternative schools for me to give a chance, and I took that home feeling ashamed of myself. I wasn't happy with the idea of it. I wasn't happy that my efforts weren't enough for me at the time. All I did to prevent delaying my graduation felt like it all went to waste, that I took so many steps back, that I wasn't smart enough, not strong enough, not good enough. But I never knew how much going to the school would change my life for the better. My first day at Latino Youth was one I could never forget. I remember how nervous I was, how awkward it felt to transfer to such a small school with a group of teenagers that I was unfamiliar with. At the time, I was incredibly unmotivated to even go to school. The timing of having a lockdown made it worse. And I remember everyone apologizing to me and swearing that it wasn't a common occurrence. I believed them. I just find it funny how life does things, especially in mine. Days went by and everything was relatively smooth. There were some rough patches. I wasn't exactly the type to approach others and make friends. I stayed to myself, eating alone, working alone. It was what made me comfortable. And it was what I wanted. All I wanted to do was finish the year strong, improve my grades that tanked from moving back to Illinois. I wasn't focused on making friends, but sometimes you retract your deepest desires by seeking out ways to better yourself. Some days at school could be challenging, especially for me. I assumed a lot of students thought I wasn't capable of making small talk, but in all honesty, I wasn't interested. I assumed I was making it clear by being quiet and distant, but I never realized how much of a negative effect I can have on others. First impressions do matter, and life humbles you in a lot of ways when you treat others a certain way. Sometimes, I wish I could go back and do more. It wouldn't have hurt to be a bit more open to others. From a girl that's been bullied and made fun of her entire life, I just didn't want to risk getting close and being taken advantage of. The world is a cruel place, but that doesn't mean to stay in a little hug box and shield out the good with the bad. Months go by, and I'm adjusting a bit more to go into LYHS. I felt like I belonged a bit more, talking to students here and there. I enjoyed talking the most with the teachers. I just felt like they were the most relatable to me and understood me the most as a person. I would like to give a shout out to Ms. Jacover, who no longer works at LYHS. She really inspired me to become a better writer, and I'll never forget how devastated I felt when she had to leave. I would also like to give a shout out to all of my teachers, including Ms. Nick, who also had to go. You all helped me have one of the best years of school in my lifetime, and I never imagined to be here today. I also want to shout out the majority of you farm that Miss McGowan's friend owns. It was so much fun. The pizza was good. Seeing horses in person for the first time and getting to pet them was something else I'll never forget. All of these experiences made it so much easier to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna be an artist because it's a part of me and it's what I believe is the path I was meant to take. I'm gonna go to college, letting that experience guide me to a more stable life. I'm gonna make new friends. I found the confidence to reach out and foster those relationships. I'm gonna take control of my life, as should all of you. Control what you can. This is your life and you only live it once. Everyone sitting in these seats all have a bright future ahead of them. Just grasp that light and let it lead the way. Don't be afraid, because fear can only take more than it already has. So, what now? You know what to do next. You just have to take those steps and not let the risk of failure weigh you down. Even as you fall, you'll learn how to avoid falling again and you get back up. Let's make everyone and ourselves proud by taking this milestone and running with it. Everything you've done led to this, so why waste it? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope my words meant something to any of you. Let's celebrate making it this far. Don't shame it. Yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause. You deserve it. Thank you again. I wish you well.
Teacher of the Year with Mr. Adams and his award-winning lessons.
Bravo, Angela. Congratulations. Buenas tardes, clase 2025. Caballeros maestros, administradores, mentores y invitados de Latino Youth High School. Me gustaría reconocer a todos mis estudiantes favoritos. Si alguna vez han venido a mi clase y no han traído lápiz, ustedes saben quiénes son. Good afternoon, class of 2025, fellow teachers, administrators, mentors, and guests of Latino Youth High School. First, I'd like to give a shout out to all my favorite students. If you've ever come to my class and forgotten your pencil or forgot to pick up a handout, you know who you are. Now this is for the graduates. Life is weird. You might think that you want your life to go in one direction, but it takes you in another. When I was young, I wanted to be a professional musician and a scientist, which I've done. But I never imagined that I would end up as a teacher, let alone Teacher of the Year. I didn't know how or why I became a teacher because it was never in my life's plan. But now I've been teaching students for over 20 years. My last 14 years at Latino Youth have been more rewarding than I could have ever imagined. Some of you have been a challenge. But as you know, I like a challenge. If I was never challenged or you were never challenged, life would be boring. You have kept me on my toes, brought me laughs every day, that's the truth, and given me the opportunity to try to make your lives a little bit better. La vida es rara. Puedes pensar que quieres que tu vida vaya en una dirección, pero te lleva en otra. Cuando era joven, quiero ser músico profesional y científico, cosa que he hecho, pero nunca imaginé que acabaría siendo profesor y mucho menos profesor del año. No sé cómo ni por qué me convertí en profesor, pues nunca estuvo en mi plan de vida, pero ahora llevo más a 20 años enseñados a estudiantes. Mis últimos 14 años en Latino Youth han sido más gratificantes de lo que jamás podría haber imaginado. Algunos de ustedes han sido un reto. Pero como usted sabe, me gustan los retos. Si yo nunca fuera desafiado o usted nunca fuera desafiados, la vida sería aburrida. Me han mantenido alerta, me han hecho reír cada día y me han dado la oportunidad de entender, mejorar un poco sus vidas. Several years ago, a student confronted me. Mr. Adams, shouldn't you be retired by now? I thought for a moment and responded, I can't retire. There's still so much to teach, and I can't rely on somebody else to do it. I knew I would get old, but I never thought that one day I'd be older than the Pope. So when I was voted Teacher of the Year, my first thought was, you thought I would be dead soon. So you wanted to give me an award before I die. That's so nice. When all I really wanted was a do too much award. Hace varios años, un alumno me preguntó, Señor Adams, ¿no debería estar jubilado? Pensé por un momento y respondí, no puedo jubilarme. Todavía hay mucho que enseñar y no puedo confiar en que otro los haga. Sabía que me haría viejo, pero nunca pensé que un día sería más viejo que el Papa. Cuando me eligieron profesor del año, lo primero que pensé fue que pensaban que moriría pronto. Así que quisieron darme el premio antes de que esto pasara. Qué bonito. Cuando lo que esperaba era ganar el premio a hacer demasiado otra vez. Now, what I really want is for all of you to be successful, to have a good life, and to make the world a better place. There's a lot of work to do there. That's why I became a teacher. Lo que realmente quiero ahora es que todos ustedes tengan éxito, una buena vida y hagan de este mundo un lugar mejor. Pero eso me dice profesor. Antes de que se vayan a sus fiestas de graduación, tengo una lista de cosas importantes que deben recordar. Probablemente deberían escribirlas. So before you go off to graduation parties, I have a list of important things for you to remember. And you should probably write these down. Remember, number 1, be on time. No one likes to be kept waiting, especially me. And if you're running late, communicate. Sé puntual, a nadie le gusta que le hagan esperar, sobre todo a mí. Y si van a llegar tarde, comuniquemos. 2, always be truthful, except if your wife asks, do I look fat in this dress? Then it's okay to sidestep the answer. Sé siempre sincero, excepto si tu mujer te pregunta, ¿me veo gorda en este vestido? O con este. Entonces no pasa nada por eludir la respuesta. 3rd, be patient with others. Not everyone is as smart as you. And they might be doing the best they can. Sé paciente con los demás. No todo el mundo es tan listo como tú. Y puede que lo estén haciendo lo mejor que pueden. Have a sense of humor, because a good sense of humor can get you through some really rough times. Ten sentido del humor, porque un buen sentido del humor puede ayudarte a superar momentos difíciles. night, even when you are exhausted, and they will do better in school. Lea a tus hijos todas las noches, aunque estés agotado, y les irá mejor en la escuela. Never stop learning. I'm learning to speak Spanish and enjoying every moment of it. Nunca dejes de aprender. Yo estoy aprendiendo a hablar español y disfruto de cada momento. Be compassionate. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. It is the little acts of kindness that can make the biggest differences in people's lives, as I hope I've done with some of you. Sé compasivo, trata a los demás como te gustaría que te trataran a ti. Son los pequeños actos de bondad los que pueden marcar la diferencia en la vida de las personas, como espero haber hecho con alumnos de ustedes. And finally, don't go to the bathroom when your teacher is giving instruction. Control your body functions. Senator Cory Booker broke a record this past year when he didn't go to the bathroom for 25 hours and 5 minutes during his filibuster speech on the House floor. And I didn't go to the bathroom for 36 hours when my son was being born because my wife didn't let me. Y por último, no vayas al baño cuando tus profesores están dando clase. Controla su cuerpo. El senador Cory Booker rompió un récord cuando él no fue al baño en 25 horas y 5 minutos durante su discurso filibuster en la Cámara de Representantes. Y yo no fui al baño en más de 36 horas cuando nació mi hijo, porque mi esposa no me lo permitió. Hay récords que batir hace que salgan y rompan algunos récords. Gracias en felicidades clase 2025. There are records to break, so go out there and break some records. Thank you and congratulations, class 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Adams, for your award-winning speech. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a dear friend of Latino Youth High School and a fierce advocate for education, the Alderman of Chicago's 25th Ward, Byron Cinto Lopez, for your keynote address.
Muy buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Es un honor, un placer estar el día de hoy con ustedes en un momento muy especial en su graduación. Es un día de celebración, es un día de regocijo, es un día de reflexión. Y para nosotros es realmente un placer y siempre dar gracias a todas y todos que han hecho este día posible. Quería obviamente comenzar agradeciendo a todas las mamás y papás que están el día de hoy acá por su sacrificio, su dedicación, a los estudiantes, a los maestros, maestras de administración, a toda la comunidad que hace esto posible y especialmente a los graduados y graduadas de esta clase 2025. Gracias por estar el día de hoy aquí. Este acto es un acto de revolución. El simplemente estar aquí es hoy más que nunca los sueños de nuestros antepasados materializados. I want to say first, thank you and how proud and honored I am here to celebrate this very special day with you. I want to thank the parents, the teachers, the grandparents, the family members, the administrators, all the community that made this possible, and especially the students for your dedication, commitment that made this day possible. Your presence here today is a revolutionary act in times like this, and you are living the dreams of our ancestors. Y no lo digo por exagerar, pero esta escuela tiene mucha historia. Esta escuela, Latino Youth, es donde Willie Lozano enseñó, es donde la coalición que eligió el primer alcalde afroamericano, Harold Washington, nació. Por eso no es coincidencia ver estudiantes tan brillantes como Ángela, como Fátima y todos ustedes que están el día de hoy haciendo a toda nuestra comunidad orgullosas y orgullosos. Para nosotros, como comunidad, como una comunidad migrante, al ser yo migrante, este es lo más importante, lo más valioso, lo más orgulloso que nos hace sentir el día de hoy. And I don't mean to exaggerate when I said that you are living the dreams of our ancestors, because this very high school has a lot of history. This is the high school where Willie Lozano taught. This is the community where we built a coalition that elected the first black mayor in the history of Chicago, Mayor Harold Washington. And in times like this, when you are in a community where you are defeating either all the odds, all the adversity, if your ancestors crossed the border to give you a better day, to give you the opportunity for education, or to break the chains of slavery, you are indeed defeating all the odds. And today, as a community, we celebrate you. We are very proud today of this day, and I want to tell you, on behalf of our whole community, my congratulations. And on behalf of our community, I want to give you another round of applause for all you do for this future. In times like this, it is not easy to be in front of you because politics is supposed to be the fight for a better day, for a better world. And at times we seem that we may be losing that fight. But you today are showing that all the sacrifices, all the endurance, and everything they took was all worth it. When they're talking about dismantling public education, and you're showing with your actions how valuable that is, and you look around, how many people are proud of you today. It is a show that life is not a destination, but a journey, and a difficult one at times. But even in adversity, and especially in adversity, is when we get the best lessons. And that's why by looking at every single one of you today, we see a journey, we see a life, a story to yet be told. But what a beautiful story when you see so many people around you and a whole community. In a time like this, I am so proud to be here celebrating the most important thing that you can achieve today at your age, to get your high school diploma. En un día como estos, en tiempos tan difíciles, cuando pareciera que nosotros perdemos, la batalla que supuestamente es la política de la lucha para hacer de este mundo un mundo mejor, y al parecer, y cuando parezca que a pesar de que estamos en algunos días perdiendo, este es un recordatorio de que la vida no es un destino, sino un camino, una aventura. Y cuando la adversidad, y a veces más aún en la adversidad, es donde recibimos nuestras lecciones más profundas, nuestras lecciones más importantes. Por eso le celebramos el día de hoy. I just want to have a few pieces of advice, if I might, because we have become a society where we measure everything on achievements, on money, on consumerism. So remember that you don't pay for things with money. You pay with things with the time of your life, the time that you can be doing different things. And I'm so proud that you have chosen the path of education, the path of wisdom, the path of a process for a better community that we all build together. No tengo muchos, sino algunos consejos del día de hoy. Quería solo a los jóvenes, más que todos los jóvenes, recordarles que en esta vida no pagamos por cosas con dinero, las pagamos con nuestro tiempo de vida. ¿Cómo elegimos gastar nuestro tiempo de vida? Y estoy muy orgulloso de ustedes que han decidido gastar su tiempo, invertir su tiempo en la educación, que es el mejor regalo y la mejor emoción que podemos dar. El hecho que ustedes están aquí nos llena de orgullo, de mucho orgullo a todos como comunidad, porque sabemos que ustedes están construyendo un futuro mejor. Whatever path you choose to take, it is the trades, it is the arts, it is college, whatever the path you choose, know that there's a community behind you. Know that you have a whole community around you, from your parents, your teachers. The loved ones that are here today to celebrate, they're never going to leave you. You know that you come from a community of hardworking people, a community of fighters, a community that continues to struggle, and despite the struggle, continues to make us all proud. En estos momentos, cuando se viven tantos tiempos tan difíciles, recuerden que nunca van a estar solos y solas. Cuando ven alrededor a sus familiares, a tantas personas que están con ustedes, sepan que no están solos, que tienen maestras, maestros, familiares, una comunidad entera que está muy orgullosos de ustedes y los siguen observando. Ustedes son nuestros próximos líderes, no el futuro, el presente de nuestra comunidad. You are not the future, you are the present of our community. And just remember that you're not alone. The sacred nature of life today reminds us that in times like this, when many are being dehumanized, the most revolutionary time of our lives is today. The time to make a difference in our community, in your lives, in your family, is today. And today you're giving an example to the whole community that you have achieved a wonderful step of the many to come, and for that I am so proud. En estos momentos estamos tan orgullosos cuando sabemos lo sagrado que es la vida, en un momento tan difícil donde vemos la deshumanización, la separación de familias, tantas cosas difíciles que se viven el día de hoy. Es un recordatorio del acto revolucionario que nos hace tan orgullosos el día de hoy, el que ustedes obtengan el diploma de high school en un tiempo como hoy con tantas dificultades. Para toda nuestra comunidad nos llena de orgullo y de esperanza por un futuro mejor. Ustedes no son el futuro, sino el presente de nuestras comunidades. En un tiempo para mí es muy difícil estar enfrente de ustedes el día de hoy, pero me llena de orgullo que a pesar de todas las dificultades, ustedes han conseguido un logro importante en los muchos por venir. De corazón, como un ex maestro, que me da tanto orgullo ahora representar a una comunidad que lucha, para el día de hoy simplemente no me queda más sino decirles felicitaciones a la clase del 2025. Congratulations to the class of 2025. You have made us all proud. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Alderman. And now the moment that we are all here for, that we all came for, should we begin our distribution of certificates? Are you guys ready, class of 2025? You guys still want to say it? I know you. If not, I invite Paul Naranjo in representation of our CEO, Francisco Cisneros, to help with the diploma. And let's begin. well at Latino Youth High School. You've learned that you only fail if you stop trying, so don't stop believing in yourselves and your goals and your dreams. But we all understand that life is tough. Things get in the way. But don't let those barriers stop you. If you have those dreams, those goals, go for it. In the future, you might face a situation where you feel that you want to give up. When that happens, look back at this moment and realize that whatever problem you were facing, it will pass. You can move through it and get and achieve what you want. So graduates, please rise. In this moment, it is my pleasure to ask you guys to please move your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, community of Latino Youth High School, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you all to Latino Youth's 50th graduating class of 2025. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here, for coming with us to celebrate our students. We ask that graduates, if you guys can please stay back a little bit so we can do a class picture. But I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon and keep going for your dreams, guys. Hopefully you guys come visit us